Good morning, Stock Trader Jack here. We are checking out PRPO this morning. This is one of those beautiful periodic spikers, which I am a big fan of. I like them when they spike a little bit more like it did back here in 2018. But it looks like it's finally coming back alive right here. At least starting on April 5th, we had a nice little gap up on the 6th. And basically just kind of sort of flagged its way down for a nice little rebound and beat yesterday's high towards the end of the day, which is a really great setup for next day. Yeah, this whole thing is looking like it kind of started. So if we go to the 5th, identifies manufacturer for its for cell media. Alright, sweet. So, looks like some negotiations for some of its pharmacy. So right now, we're going to pre-market. Just want to check out what this thing's doing. It looks like it's going to try and gap up again. Honestly, if it breaks through that 0.48, it looks like it's got some room to run. Let's get rid of whatever the heck just happened right there. Okay, so this is where I'm currently looking at. It had back here, you had a rejection at 50 cents, rejection at 52 cents. So it's very possible it could do a nice little gap up and crap out. That's always a possibility, which means if I see it start doing that, I probably will try to do a quick cutting of losses. I actually have not gotten in on this one yet, but looking to do that at market open. Some of the other ones that are really getting hot this morning are RNN, which is gapping up nicely. This one is also kind of going through some earnings news. Looks like it's got a license still. That's nice. That's the way we like it. Yep, reverse split yesterday. Not yesterday, but on Friday. Crapped out here, and now it's basically that license deal. It's news that they're pushing out to give the stock a little bit of juice. It's right in that gap up zone, like right in this gap right here, which means this one's definitely worth watching. And SGRP. Alright, let's check out this beauty. So some decent upward trending support along this line, which is great. But is it enough that I want to keep? And I've kind of checked out this one. I don't know that I really love the setup on this one enough to really care about it. It's an earnings winner technically, but I'd probably say that one's not the highest one on my radar. Alright, as far as ugly stocks, ones that have definitely gotten their butts whooped this morning. BRS. This one is, let's see if we can find out the actual cause here. Stow waivers from lenders. Overall financing. Yep. Trying to extend filing deadlines. Yeah, that's never a good sign. So basically this thing is crapping out hard. It's on its downward trend. Actually, it's easy to borrow for TD Ameritrade. So it's already down pretty far, and it's kind of found a little bit of support at this level. Put in an alert. Alright, we'll go. Alright, just see what direction that takes this morning. I wouldn't mind actually shorting a bugger like this. That's pretty ugly looking chart for any longs, but it could also bounce. A lot of times what people do, especially at market open, they put in their buy orders or sell orders. So for that first, even for the first 5 minutes or so, the market just goes crazy because it's trying to fill all these orders. It's the most volatile right at open. So we may or may not play this one, but I've got my alerts in just in case that looks good enough to do. And CNET. CNET is also down about 26% pre-market. And we are 5 minutes to open. To reduce headcount, decelerate blockchain development. Yeah, the cryptocurrency is not as hot as it used to be. Even with the recent bump up, does not seem to be getting as much action as it really wants. Even if we go check out like BTC, Bitcoin, like you saw this spike back on April 2nd, but it's still not really catching fire. It's just sort of hovering here. So it could be consolidating. It could be, gearing up for another move. But for the moment, it's just not that hot. So even a lot of these companies, the cryptocurrency the mining and all that stuff is slowed down. So a lot of these guys are actually cutting back on their staff, and CNET is no exception. Even I think Mara, I played that back when it had its big spike and made some nice money on that. But even that one is out of the crypto game. All right, it's a periodic spiker, which I do like. I'm just going to clear any drawing sets here to clean this up. Yeah, it's a periodic spiker again. That's something that definitely hits my interest. But it's gapping down into the 160s right now. So it's like right about here. And could very well just totally just tank it open. Yeah, like that's not a sign of something that's gonna do a whole lot of bouncing. It could. I mean, if someone's like, oh yeah, that's down far enough, and someone wants to put a nice big buy order, yeah, you could see some movement up at open, because it'll get executed and move this thing around. But I'd say long term, this is probably not one I'll be getting into. All right, let's just wait for market open. Okay, we are 10 seconds from market open on FCSC, which was a big runner yesterday. It's actually looking like it's easy to borrow today. I'm going to be honest, I don't usually trade in the first 2 minutes or so, just till everything settles down, the stock kind of finds direction. So for the moment, I'm really not planning on doing much. But I did have someone ask how I do my morning watch lists, and I'll have to do a video on that. But a lot of it does involve just looking at the top gainers from yesterday, seeing if they have a pattern that I really like. PRPO is a really good example, like we were looking at earlier. It was a nice gainer yesterday. What do we have? FC? Yep, perfect. FCSC is just losing it this morning, and that actually might be a good one to short, to be honest. It might be. VIBI. Oh, cool. Let's look at VIBI. Okay, this one was actually from I had some notes on this from my jacklist stuff. MJTV. Yep, a lot of alerts going off this morning. Yeah, this one's rounding out. Looking really nice. I think this one was one of my back burner ones that I'm actually really looking to do something with. PGUS. Let's take a look at that. It's doing kind of like I had a 10,000 order right here on the print. You can see it here. But that's going to quickly drop from 19, or I should say it's 18.5. It's going to quickly drop probably down to about 16, just because if you look here on the level 2s, yeah, there's no orders up this high. There's just sellers at this level and some buyers right here. PGUS is definitely slowed down on volume, so it's one that I'm like, I actually currently am in at right around 13 with just 200,000 shares or something. So anyway, I'm planning on selling out if it gets up to this level. If it really just craps out and goes down to about 11, that's probably where I'll sell off a good chunk of my position. A lot of alerts going off this morning. That's probably where I would actually just get rid of my position. But it's got probably a better chance of going up more than anything, at least not at the very minute, but this one is one that most I'm just keeping an eye on. I'm not too worried about it either way. It's not a position. Like, I obviously want it to be a winner, but oh man, we missed PRPO. Had my alerts and was doing this video. Oh, that's going nice. That's a nice spike. Should have gotten in on that. Yep, because it broke past these resistance levels like we were talking about this morning. And 68 is its former high. It's got a lot of buyers coming in, so it could very well break past that. But I don't buy in when it's spiking. I actually wait till it's pulling back, because this is what a lot of traders get trapped in. It's like, you know, fear of missing out, that FOMO of, oh my gosh, I want to hurry up and get in on the spike, and then suddenly they wonder, why is it crashing? And it like goes back and tests the VWAP like we talked about yesterday. Well, the reason why you start seeing this is because people start selling off once they get to this point, or short sellers come in and start driving this price down. This is consolidation. Happens every time. It's anytime, nothing spikes forever. It'll spike up and then it'll fall back. It might test this VWAP. I'm actually interested to see if it'll do that. And then sometimes it'll go back up and retest that high. For the moment, this is the very short-term resistance. I mean, it's totally possible it tests VWAP and then rebounds. Let's see. I actually have to buy market. It's hard to catch these ones just because of the way this is set up. Looking at the news, yeah, this is positive pharma news, so it's got a really good chance of bouncing off. Yep, there it is, bouncing off VWAP. Probably even do a bigger position. Nope, looks like it's going to take off without me, but that's alright. I'm really not too sad that it didn't actually fill my order. Doesn't look like it's it's kind of rounding out. I actually might try to get in again at some point on this one. I say again, I actually didn't get in on it, but I might try to get in on this one because it looks like it might be rounding out and trying another spike. Like we talked about, it is holding VWAP. That's a good sign. Even if it did a slight dip under, that's not even concerning. It's just that it's this moving average line that traders trust in. Yep, that is looking like it could definitely go again. But anyway, that's just me leading through my morning, getting a chance to kind of check out what's the action, where the plays are going to be. But yeah, on my next video, what I'll actually show everybody is me setting up my morning watch list and where my picks come from.